Great God's War Call.
Felix.
Ira.
Rivers. Go for it.
What the fuck happened?
What happened?
Why did Discord shift everything down?
Oh shit.
What? Alright, well, I'll be fixing that here in a second anyways, but what the fuck? I don't understand how that happened. Somebody else can do the recap while I fix this.
Oh, we formulated a master plan to frame the Cult of the Dragon as the assailants on the Sparks, a group of freedom fighters slash terrorists that want nothing more than peace in their time. We, using an elaborate plan, essentially raised a zombie of a hag that used to work for the Cult of the Dragon. And had that zombie hold a bomb, upon which, when I was giving the speech as their leader who didn't exist, said zombie appeared and blew up the castle keep, caused a rock slide, and buried half of the standing army of the Sparks. We all survived, though some of us barely, and that's where we pick up now.
You see a rock slide?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a rock slide, alright.
That's why I literally that's cover. That's why
Yeah.
I told you to run.
Yeah.
We had to run from it.
Nah, you were fine. You could have just hung out, right?
Yeah, you know, just let it
Could
go
we-
over it, you know.
Would we have been fine?
Gopher would have. He would have just raged, taken half damage. You would have been buried, but he would have been fine. Could have buried. He could have like ripped you out of
I
there.
would
You know?
have stood behind him if he raged.
I'd just be preserved.
Oh, you think he's still not gonna be buried? That's funny.
I mean, he'd be fine and we'd be buried together.
Fair enough.
He'd dig the brunt of the damage and we could dig our way out. But we ran. Like
Fair.
intelligent people.
That is very fair. Well, we go
I
into
guess I'm
it.
gonna ask you guys through the ring if you want me to drop Rex's invisibility.
I think we're in the clear.
Mason, take a D12 inspiration, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah, thank you. In this moment, I think, as Ira is kneeling next to invisible dying Rex, and she sees all these dying people buried under rocks and like screaming out in pain, she has a flashback to her town, and she can do nothing but smile. Just in the misery that she helped create.
Hey, buddy. No.
Is that your cat?
That's my dog. My sister's dog. I'm dog sitting this weekend.
Where's Louis?
You sound like a cat, just me
did.
trying to like
Sleeping in the
behind
basement.
you and then just
Oh.
fell.
You see a dog being partially buried, and it's letting out a disturbing screech
Yeah.
as it's just there.
Just don't mind him. Hey.
Don't mind him. Hey!
Don't mind him.
I have to mind him, but you guys don't.
So you see, after the rubble has subsided, more than half the encampment is buried in rocks. Tents destroyed, buildings destroyed, weapons thrown about, many of the mechanisms broken. Most of the siege equipment that was there is destroyed. Though you can see about 12-ish people are carrying one thing, and it's like a large, more like a huge barrel.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's the desk.
No, it's not the desk. That
Wait,
desk,
rescued my desk?
that desk disintegrated and became shrapnel. The desk has been cut down to size.
Ryder, can you dismiss the other me, please?
Yes, that was
Oh,
done.
really was
That was done a
dismissed.
while ago.
Okay, perfect. Are you good to walk? Correct.
Yeah. I can walk still.
After, we'll say you guys can meet up pretty easily because a lot of people are just catching their breath, red in the face. A good chunk of them actually are crying as well due to either friends or family that they might have lost. Seeing the carnage, you can see some people are just belligerently angry, yelling obscene words to the sky. Getting closer to the rubble, you do see just a hand that's reaching out from underneath the rubble, and it seems to be reaching towards a broom.
A what?
A broom.
No.
He died. No.
He died.
No.
He was a pure chai.
You monster. He deserved so much better. No.
Did Bruno live?
Biff? No, he did not. He did not survive either. You can see.
No.
Well, at least you don't see him. He might be around, but you don't see him at the very least.
We need to help these people. Right.
Help him how?
I don't know.
I
we can't
think
just
this
leave
would be
them
a
like
good
this.
chance to
No.
abuse this chance to get more followers. I'd say.
Come to them when they're at their weakest to make them an offer they can't refuse.
Yes.
I like where your head's at, but no.
Isn't
These
that the
people need
same?
tangible help.
Isn't that the same as what you just did? Ryder pitches in.
I mean,
Isn't
we
that?
definitely we need to do a speech to seal the deal. Be like, this is what they do to people they deem no longer useful to them.
We had to do the final touches. I hope he was saying this all in the ring, because
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Of course.
If you want to inspire, to do the speech and inspire them, I guess we'll help bandage those we can and dig out those who are gone.
I suppose. I'll make my way to a rock, I suppose, somewhere high.
Oh, there's
so
plenty
go-
of rocks that are high.
Oh, excellent. One preferably
Yeah.
that isn't surrounded by dismembered limbs or blood.
Well, make a perception check. I'm kidding. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
boy.
You're good. You're good.
I'll go with Ira to help her.
You can definitely find one that's away enough to the point of where it's higher up, but far enough away from a line of corpses. Though that is in of itself difficult to do, because if somebody's looking up towards you, they're going to be looking up the hill. Likely still limbs, but
Maybe
Is
we
what it
get him
is.
to look down the hill.
Felix,
Yes.
tell me I'm not wrong. But that was good, wasn't it?
In what regard? And what do you mean?
Never mind.
Need a little context. I
No.
was busy running for my life. Need a little more context.
I don't think I'll provide any.
Okay, that's fine. You felt like you did a good job. Good job. Now let's finish off this speech with this last speech.
Oh, I hate giving speeches. This will be my third one in the campaign, and I'm tired.
This one doesn't have to be long.
what was the first one? I don't remember the first one.
At the
rainbow?
yeah, the Unicorn Army.
Ah, right. Well, when you're a religious figure, you're gonna end up making some sermons. So
And look, you have +9 to your deception and I assume persuasion.
My persuasion. Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like half that.
How would we even start this? It's a different meaning to give a speech to people who are expecting a speech, but these people are in shock and mourning.
It's it's not so much a speech. It's more of a rally. We're rallying them. This is what the church does, or what the cult does to people they deem no longer necessary. We have to go to El Terrell, get the land, and live for those who have passed.
You know, that's very good. I'll definitely use all that. Members
you.
of the Sparks.
you'd see that there are a ramshackled group of people around you that sort of perk up and listen, though a vast majority of them are still in shock.
It pains me greatly to see you all like this. Though we were enemies short days ago, this is unforgivable. And you have my utmost sympathy. And I and my friends will help in any way we can. This is, unfortunately, what happens to those who dare speak against the cult. This is the future that they have in store for everybody who isn't them. Sorry, my skull phone is blowing up.
Nice.
I'll put a pin in the skull phone for now. That's a topic that requires more brain power.
Absolutely. Continue with your speech.
If you would allow us, we will tend to the injured. We will help you gather what you can. And if you are willing, I believe it might be time for us to head to El Terrell.
El Terrell is hundreds of miles. It would take weeks to travel there by foot. We had the means before, but now we don't. Before, and you can see like some of them get like extremely teary-eyed and some fall to their knees before the caretaker gave this speech. We were to set out tonight and travel to El Terrell to make it for the siege. But we don't have carts. We don't have horses. We don't have means of travel now. We're stranded in the mountainside. And as that sort of revelation starts pitching in, you can hear cries and wails falling short on everyone.
Mr. Teeler,
Yes.
remind me, because I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time I used my Divine Surge?
If I recall, did you not use it during that last fight? No, you used it as a means to,
Wake Rex up.
yes, which was a mere few days ago.
So no.
Yeah, it was done to have Rex come back to consciousness from his coma before the ceremony or the ritual to fix Zalusk. So
I was sleeping during that ceremony the whole time.
that was you were asleep for that. but you were unconscious. That was 2 days ago, because I think by that point we called it 14 days till the siege from that point.
Perfect. Okay. Mr. Felix,
Yes.
how many people can you teleport with the helm? 8?
10.
10? How many people do you think could fit on the skyship?
Approximately.
Including the crew, 100 it was what we came
Yes.
up with.
Roughly
we
about
also
100.
weren't we sending that to ask for aid from
Did
The
we?
orcs.
the one
Yes.
kingdom?
Zakara.
Well, these
Yeah,
people
we were
can't
using
make it
it-
there on their own.
No, we were dropping off refugees at Zakara. We were going to, and then I was gonna go pick up one of the orcs they could spare,
Yep.
and then we had asked aid, just a small number that because of what would fit on this ship with the orcs from the one village in the mountains.
Do you
Like,
think
they live in
Alexander
the
could help?
there's mountain. I don't really go out of it because it provides everything for them.
Does Alexander have the strength to teleport?
Yes, but he was preparing gates to get people out of, like, teleportation circles to get people out of the city.
If I recall, he is currently helping set up a teleportation circle over in Dragon Spear. Yeah, Dragon Spear. Because he went to Mechanus with you. So the consensus on that deal was that he would make the teleportation circle because you all were going to be going to Mechanus, and he wanted to go. So in doing so, he's keeping his end of the deal. Went with he prepared a few people to help him.
He's helping get people out of the city. That's the important part.
Yes, he's basically getting people out of El Terrell into Dragonspear, because what they're doing is setting up a teleportation circle over there. He's initially casting it, and then has other followers of his to maintain it there while he returns to El Terrell, because he does not want to be further from the crystal than anybody. The
The
crystal
boy's
of...
busy.
Yeah, he's a busy old man. The crystal of
Yeah.
refortification is, as he's dubbed it himself.
We're getting people out to Dragonspear and then to our Rainbow Unicorn Fortress.
Do we have anybody else who can do any sort of teleportation mumbo jumbo?
Not on the scale that we're gonna
is-
need.
Quinn able to?
As you're bringing this up, Rex, a soft sort of cold hand touches your shoulder.
Hmm.
Well,
Do we see our Jinn servant friend?
you see Saoirse
Oh,
Willows
fucker.
standing over Rex's shoulder. My.
Who?
Who?
Saoirse Willows, the red-haired individual that was the
Oh, yeah,
embodiment
with
for Ifrit.
The
Yeah,
one we
for
haven't
exactly
seen
what
since Zakaris died.
Exactly.
Oh,
And as that
That's what I
hand,
meant to say.
yeah, not Jin,
I
whatever.
don't remember their name.
Yes, Saoirse.
I thought he goes by a different name.
No,
You're thinking of the guy who gave you the fortune reading. Which
Same
I think
guy.
is a different person.
it's the same guy though.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
Saoirse appears behind your shoulder, Rex.
Oh.
Quite the travesty, and you can tell through the reddened, glowing eyes that you are speaking with Ifrit, the goddess of the elemental plane of fire. This is quite the change from your previous direction. Ira, this is the first that we've met. But know that I do know you. do see everything.
You were charmed, I'm sure.
Charmed is a strong way of putting it. Another way of putting it is intrigued. I know what you're doing, and I love it. I want to be a part of it, but you can't right now, can you? The Saoirse immediately sort of just appears next to you in a soft tuft of flame, grabs your arm very forcibly. Yes,
Grab
you
my arm or grab Iris?
Iris.
I'm assuming I'm stepping in front of Gopher to sort of keep him from doing something.
Maybe.
Remember?
Gopher.
That's my woman.
As she's grabbed your arm and kind of just brought it up, just like grabbed it at the wrist and brought it up, you can feel the cold just kind of touching your skin and it almost burns you like dry ice, but it doesn't hurt. You just feel that sort of intense heat coming from such frigid cold. Yes. You can't do anything. She just lets go of your hand and it falls to the ground. Or falls to your side, rather.
My hand just falls off.
Yeah, it falls, frigidly just falls off because it was frostbitten and just ripped off.
Wait. I didn't sign
You're
up for
not the
this.
first one to tell me I can't do anything, and I'm sure you won't be the last. However, get out of my way.
Oh, by all means. Do you have a method of bringing everyone back? Because I was going to offer my aid. Just because of... And she looks kind of over her shoulder directly at you in a smug way. Because I find you interesting. And oddly entrancing.
And would this help require some sort of sacrifice on my end?
Oh no. This is out of the kindness of my heart.
Nothing comes for free.
What? Oh, you already know because you've already spoken with a deity. It all makes sense. I understand your fear of us, but... Know this. Normally I wouldn't do this. And she holds out a finger. And at the end of it, you can see is a small tuft of flame. That is the size of maybe a soft bead. This all could end in one way or another. Two ways. And then the second finger comes up, you can see another small bead. Except that this one is of a greenish energy. One way is everyone here dies. The other way is everyone lives and goes to El Terrell. How you pick those two options is up to you.
I saw you flip me off.
Oh, and she knows that she's doing this. Full well.
Felix, ready the cannon.
What cannon?
I thought we had a cannon.
That's Atlas.
I have a cannon.
Atlas is the
You
cannon.
told me
He's
you-
got the cannonballs and just throws them.
Oh, Atlas, I need help.
Fucking from the sky. It's 160-foot jump distance.
I call upon my stand.
Atlas! Woo! That comes fucking sky drop. Anyways, which will it be?
You're making me choose between a very obvious choice.
Exactly.
But why? Why even offer it if you already know the answer?
Mainly because I just want to hear it. I want to hear that you need help. Because then that means that I'm stronger.
Gopher, hold me back.
Go for
And
hold
as
her,
I've said-
go hold her back, and I'll hold you back from doing something.
I would love to see scrawny Felix trying to hold Gopher back, let alone holding Gopher, who's also holding Ira back. Two of the
Right.
strongest
Gopher's
people
busy.
on the crew.
Gopher's holding her back, and I'm just like, Gopher, don't do it. It's not worth it right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
As I said, you can't do
We're
anything
not
right
well,
now.
Gopher.
And And who knows for how long you won't be able to do anything. You're alone. Just like that day. So I recommend that once in your life, swallow your pride and accept the help.
Oh, she's fuming. Absolutely pissed off.
Oh, I know. Believe it or not, Ifrit is a bit of a bitch.
You don't say.
Mayhaps you and I got off on the wrong foot. I know your dealings with their old friend. The one who you refused to let die.
Zacharis. That was not me. The one that refused to let him die was the one that imprisoned his soul. I merely put him away in a safe hiding place. Maybe one day he'll come back. But for now, he's there, and he's alive.
He's alive?
Well, yes. I sent him to the 9 layers of hell. It was the best place to put him. Away from Maximilian's eyes, his grasp on him. Because ultimately, only a strong
The one
entity...
place he wouldn't think to look.
Exactly. Only a strong entity can break such a pact.
And you weren't strong enough to break it? Is that what you're implying?
No. I am more than capable of breaking said pact. But breaking a pact with a devil comes with other problems. And at the time, well, I think that you all will play a bigger part in all of this, which is why I've been keeping a close eye on everyone. Now, before we continue with our lovely discussion, Ira, you and only you can decide the fate of everyone here. So what is it?
You're a monster. In a previous life, I would have said to kill everyone.
Wow. Look how far you've grown.
Not far enough, apparently. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here.
Mind and body are 2 separate entities. You grew in spirit, completely irrelevant to the other 2.
I only need the one. So yes, if you would be as benevolent as you seem to suggest you are, help these people.
And in that moment, the green little bead knocks away the red one, and with a swirl of her finger, you can see the ground sort of become this large greenish hue as energy sort of pours upwards. Just spinning, sputtering, and picking up. You can feel your bodies get light, and then suddenly you can feel your bodies lift off the ground.
Wait, what about the supplies there?
You can see everything in this facility is lifting off the ground, not just your bodies. It's the rubble, it's some of the corpses.
Oh.
It's a wide radius. It doesn't encapsulate the whole half a mile that this is, but it encapsulates from the entrance to where you are. So everything in between is suddenly lifting up, and you can feel yourselves vanish. In an instant, you feel yourselves hit the ground rather harshly. Not enough to like cause physical pain or anything, but a mild headache. As you hit the ground, you're sitting in front of a large grass field. turn around, you can see a large domed city. And standing, looking down directly at your face, Ira, is Saoirse with her red glowing eyes just staring at you.
You and I could become fast friends, I feel.
Hard to become friends with someone so weak. And in that moment, vanishes.
Well, can't say I didn't try. Anyway. How are you all?
I like Saoirse better than her.
Rex is dying.
I ain't much better.
I mean, obvious.
I honestly, I bet. Calvin, are you more than 10 hit point? Do you have more than 10 hit points before 0?
Give it no. I'm 40.
You're 40 away from 0?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm,
what?
I'm
Fuck?
less.
We thought you were dying.
What
I'm just-
are you talking about? I literally.
Help yourself.
not
I'm
even
fine.
20.
Okay, I'm just playing
you've
all
been-
the.
How
You've
many
been talking like you're dying.
how many hit points do you have?
yeah. What's your hit points?
My max hit points?
Yeah.
86.
Oh.
You took 50.
Mm-hmm.
You said 50?
Well, you took 20. You took like 24 from the big hit, and then you took like another 20, 25, 26 or something.
Well, didn't he get healed?
19 I took.
Oh, you
22
did. He
I
got
took.
healed 13. He got healed 13.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I was so lost, and also, yeah, that was like, what?
Saying he was dying.
I wasn't even max during our last fight either. I'm still like missing health.
Oh.
Calvin, you still
wouldn't it be
ended in
lower
that
still?
scenario further from death than I have been this entire time.
Well, beside
Yes.
the point, you guys are all back at El Terrell.
All right.
Everybody that's there suddenly picks themselves off the ground, looks at one another. We're here. What? How? Almost completely ignoring the fact that somebody was talking to you. They all seem to not recognize that another entity was there.
Supplies. We'll figure it out later. Maybe some god or goddess shines upon us. But we're here. Let's use it. I'm in pain.
As you guys have just appeared out of thin air with roughly about a quarter mile of just supplies, people, tents, and the sort, guards have come out of the city, though not armed, mainly out of just curiosity. But there's about like a good like dozen or two guards that come out.
Oh.
Do we recognize any of those guards at this point?
Yeah, you would. Rex would definitely recognize some of the Emerald Enclave members that act as the guards for the city, and after like some recognizable faces, they pretty much just allow everybody that's there to enter the city.
Hi guys, we're back.
Make a very pointed effort of telling the guards that the Sparks members shall be met with courtesy and compassion, and will not be treated like criminals.
Okay, yeah, you say that to them, and they look at you. One of them whispers to one another. We'll tell Onthar. Onthar will tell the rest of the, Oh my god, why am I blanking on their name?
The rest of our combined military forces.
Yeah, for some reason I can't remember, because it's the Harpers, it's the Emerald Enclave. What the hell are they called again? Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, the one that you made.
What?
No?
No,
Or,
it's
Order? Oh, beside the point. The Order of the
I
Gauntlet.
didn't make any of the names.
No, I did not. But they are actually all also tailored to the campaign book that this was effectively based off of at the beginning of the game, and then completely derailed and altered to hell and back. But those that are there pick up anybody that's wounded. They pick up all the supplies they can, and the 12 people that are carrying a humongous barrel, probably estimated to be about, I don't know, 800, 900 feet, or 900 pounds, they start hefting it into the city. Amongst everybody that's there, you gauge that maybe 120 people are left. Some have most of them have weapons, like the arm weapons and the grappling ones as well. But majority of the technology that was there was completely destroyed. So, what is it that you all are doing? You're now back at Eltura. You've stated that the members of the Sparks are to be treated with respect, and a lot of you are beaten and battered. The sun is setting. At this point, it's nearly sunset. So it's nearly dusk.
Meeting and then rest. Is that where we're at?
You can call for an emergency meeting if you want.
It probably should be done. We did just invite a bunch of ex-enemies into the city.
Yeah, a militia group.
Why the pause, though? No, I'm just kidding.
You do still have a sending stone to talk to Onthar, so you can easily just call for an emergency meeting, and by going back to the wolves' den, going back to the bartender, going into the back room with the candle lit, set on the side, and the door closed, you see Leosin, Onthar, Vaughn, Nassim, and the Emerald Enclave's captain. All are there. So what is... who are these people? They're the Sparks.
They're the remains of them.
We blew them up.
You see pretty much everybody's eyes just kind of shoot open.
So we went, we attacked the people the cult were using to manipulate them.
The mistress came and explained the situation to Alexander, requesting for the teleportation circle. She also explained to me that you all went with... you followed this sigil that the hags left before in your previous excursion with them. So we are a little caught up on that front at the very least.
Yep.
But what happened?
We killed them.
So you killed the
Killed
hags. Excellent.
Yes.
That's very
And
good.
then, like 2 minutes later, someone started walking into the room.
Okay. So you blew them up?
No, we bamboozled them and disguised ourselves as their leader who never existed, who was
It
a
was
front
that.
of the cult.
It was the front of the hags.
Metabeam the
Completely
rest.
illusionated.
Okay, yeah, meta beaming. All the information. And some of them lean back, others lean forwards, and Nassim just sort of stands there. But amongst the crowd is the consensus. The Sparks will be allies, so long as they think that this will give them the direction of making a new land for themselves.
So you don't intend to honor their side of the agreement. They'll fight for nothing.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea. I think that we should offer them what they want. They can have this new land, that's fine. After this war, there'll be plenty of new cities to be built up.
We'll figure out where the new land is after the war.
Exactly. That's a future problem. And I wouldn't necessarily call it a problem, because clearly...
No.
They're disgruntled about their lives.
I mean,
have
they're
every
not
right to be.
They have issues with let's be real, actual problems in this world.
Yes, they have every right to be angry, and I'm not going to take that from them.
They may make something better.
Well, as it currently stands, we now have 120 soldiers to add to our barracks. They're already garrisoned, already soldiered, and trained in the weapons. So this is a substantial blow to the military force of our opponents. By taking the Sparks, we take their pawns. After we take their pawns, it's followed by the Rooks and Bishops. After that, we take the right-hand man, this white dragon. Then after that, we go for the kill. End Rezmir, and put an end to this cult.
I think we've done a little more than just take out their pawns. It's based on the numbers we're seeing. We've converted we've literally converted all of their side posts, other people other than the cult members that they were going to send here.
They've lost their ace in the hole.
I hope you're right. They did lose the hags, which means they will not be creating any more of those things. But that doesn't mean that they're out of that loop yet. Whatever they've garrisoned through use of that corruption energy, through that black liquid, they still have them at the ready. And we'll have no idea how many that is until the day comes. Wherever they are, we've tried sending out scouts to every which way we could find. We've come back with nothing. So somewhere, they're likely housing an army of the dead. Because even if they weren't, based off the numbers that they sent, if it was only the cult and only the Sparks, it would be matched. They would try to gain the upper hand somehow. We just don't know how. We have 12 days to figure that out. In the meantime, you all look fucked up.
Do you like all the blood that's decorating Mr. Felix here?
With my single-digit health,
Anyways, the captain here had a few things for you as well, Rex. The captain pitches in. So, Rex, we spoke with Zalusk, we gathered all the information, and we've set up a few, shall we say, barriers for Zalusk as a precaution. Those barriers will be lifted in the future, but for the time being, right now, with what we've done, what we've talked with, and how he will act, you can bring Zalusk with you on your ventures. His insight will be incredibly important, especially if we are to gain the upper hand
Captain.
over the cult.
Is this even wise? I know I understand the barriers and stuff, but good precaution. But is it even wise for me to have it, or
If
bring
I'm
it
honest,
with me?
No, it's not. However, Zalusk has agreed to the barriers so long as he goes with you. This is by Zalusk's request, not ours. You have every right to not accept it, but the offer is there.
I'm assuming he's at the castle, or
Of course. When a legendary seven sword does not have a wielder, they are housed within a protective chamber within the city, within the confines of the Emerald Enclave in the deepest regions possible, so that it does not get corrupt as it was. In the morning, once you are recovered, we can go and discuss.
Yes.
I'm sure
I
you
think
have a lot
I-
to think about.
I think the most important thing we need right now is rest.
I agree. And at that point, the captain very abruptly just leaves the room.
I think I need a doctor.
You are the doctor.
You have a
Why
few
do you need a
ribs
doctor when you
poking
have
out
the
of your
power of
body,
faith?
so there's that.
We'll just push those back in.
You got a hernia.
Just push your stuff back in and sew it shut.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see if I can get some information on the cult. I will catch up with the rest of you tomorrow. Oh boy. And I must go speak with someone as well. Hopefully about both. This seems bad. This is very bad.
What's bad?
He's having
Am
a
I-
private conversation with
Hmm.
the DM.
This is quite bad.
To
Can I cast
clarify,
spells, healer.
well, you don't have any spell slots right now.
I have cantrips.
You have a ring.
You cannot.
Oh boy. I'll be back.
Ira, are you okay?
Nope. Not at all.
So,
Bruh.
Are the sword and the skull fighting?
as Ira, you are leaving. Those words, after you kind of trickle across your fingertips and your hands, you can feel panic. Basically, Ira just left, even in the middle of your conversation. Ira, you can feel that trickling of energy from your fingertips is gone.
Show yourself, you bitch. I know you're here watching.
As you're kind of, where are you kind of heading inside the city right now?
She probably doesn't have a direction, just away from there.
We'll say towards the center of town.
Sure.
As you're going that direction, and your heart begins to kind of beat faster. That sort of trade that you made to garner energy, to garner power, you can feel it's just gone. And that trade that you made is subsided, almost like it's been done. And as you approach the center of town, you start to feel you're running out of breath. You kind of lean up against the fountain that's in the main center of it, and you look down and you can see directly behind you is the swarm of undead. Hands grasping at your face and pulling you down. And when you quickly look over your shoulder, nothing is there. But when you look back at the water, it's all there once again. As the hands grab at your face, you can see through your reflection in the water, peels it away, peels back, and all that remains is what looks to be a visage of a skeleton, bare-boned, staring back at you. Its jaw opens up, and you can see this black miasma sort of envelop your head. And suddenly the entirety of the pool turns black. People recognize this. They see black shooting out from the pool itself. Somebody comes out, "Hey, what the hell's going on with this thing? We just fixed it." And some people come by, "I'm not sure," and they kind of put their hand in the water, and it just comes out as this black liquid. It's still just water. I don't know why. Who died? Who's playing a prank? And one of the guys goes up to you. "Was this you? You doing this?"
No. No, I can't do anything anymore.
Whatever. And he just kind of like ignores you, continue to go, just somebody go check the sewage. We're not too sure if something's coming out of it. And then several people gonna go off.
So this is it, isn't it? It was all for nothing at the end.
Sitting beside you, you can feel a cold hand touch your shoulder.
I'd prefer if you didn't lead with a touch.
Oh, but it's the best way to first interact with someone. A comforting hand on the shoulder in your dire
yes, but
times.
you provide neither warmth nor comfort, don't you?
Feel free to vent if you so choose.
What is your game here? Maintaining the status quo?
No. To be frank, I'm quite bored.
Bored.
I've been enjoying watching the little war between you and the cult.
I think we both know that I couldn't care less about the outcome of this war.
No. I'm saying you as a generalized side. Because there are 3 sides to this war. There's you, the cult, and the gods.
I was told by an unreliable source that Asmodeus also plays a part in this. Is that true?
Oh, no. That was just a misdirection.
Interesting. A misdirection.
Where'd you hear it from?
My friend,
Ah, the one
who
in the
you
skull.
so cunningly silenced.
That wasn't me. They've cut ties with you. As a sort of lesson. After all, they are who garners your energy. Your magic. Your powers.
Everything.
The
Yes.
faith.
I see what you're playing at here. I was just some sort of pawn since the beginning, right? And it was supposed to take my place at the end, yes?
No. After all, you're trying to take their place, right?
So they are one and the same.
See, you're
So why
catching
is it
on.
helping me?
That is something that I don't know.
Really, you.
Mm-mm. It even exceeds my eyes. I don't even know where they are. That's why I really just wanted to hear it from you. But,
That I'm
Because-
nothing. Yes, that's what you wanted.
well, I know outright that I can't claim that they are. After all, they are the Raven Queen.
Hmm.
So listen. You, at your current state, can't do anything.
You're right.
You have your sword. The
I
entity
can't
that's
use
trying
it.
to kill you.
He's trying to kill me too, is he? Excellent.
Oh, you didn't realize.
I assumed he did. I was going to deal with him first, but it's good to know that we're not on the same side.
As
Really good iron, though.
as he's saying this, you can hear Wildheart from your back just shout out, "I am allied with you in order for us to slay a god."
The adults are talking. I'll get back to you in a second. I put
You
him
can
down.
feel a sharp electrical jolt circulate through your body for just a moment before residing back in the sword.
I take it off my back and I put it beside the skull, who I'm also letting go.
You have a lot on your shoulders.
There's a lot hanging from me, yes. I do wish to start this conversation with that I don't dislike you or hate you in any capacity.
Oh, I appreciate that. I don't
Maybe I do a
either.
little bit, but
I
I'd
don't
rather
hate
see
you.
us work together. As if I do take its place, it would be nice to have a friend and maybe even an ally to count on.
Allying with the Raven Queen.
Oh, come now. Doesn't that sound like fun?
It's almost ironic. Storytelling, even. Like, opposites attract.
I wouldn't
The
go that far, but
Well, and she kind of puts out a palm, and a flame sort of toughs out. And as it does, all the color in the given surrounding fades, and sort of, as lines, envelops this light that's in her palm. Everything stops. The water from the fountain, the people around you. Even the air feels like it's stopped. You almost have to catch your breath for a moment. The fires of light. The fires of light that give a new. And then in her other hand, you can see this darkened orb of purple and black miasma that sort of envelops from the skull. And the direction of end, death. The fires of life and the shadows of death. You see how these two are not meant to be the same, but without one, the other cannot exist. As she
Yes,
closes
of
both
course.
of her hands, you can feel a sharp pulse hit you. You've regained your spell slots. You basically effectively have gotten a long rest. But something is off. You're not sure if that energy is going to be replenished if you use it. You're not sure.
how thoughtful.
And when she closes her other hand, all the color seems to go back to the world, and everybody starts to move in tandem like they once were, completely unseemingly changed.
Before you do your disappearing act out of my field of sight, I have 2 questions for you.
Well, I do love questions. Tell you what, I'll answer them truthfully, honestly, and without any question for you. However, I would like something in return.
And what would that be?
Would like your hand. Not to take, but I would like to hold it for just a moment.
I'll have you know I'm already seeing someone, but if this is more of like a platonic thing, that's fine.
I want to put just a small insignia on the back of your hand.
Oh, trading one god for another, I see.
This is not directed towards me. This is not my branding to you. This is not us making a deal, not us making a pact, or even a sense of an agreement. I just want to know that my name is on you.
This is really what you fall into, just resorting to all of these small games.
Like I said, I'm bored. And watching this war has been entertaining, but it's coming to an end. I can't allow that.
You can take the left, it's my least favorite.
Excellent. Grabs your hand, and in a blaze of 5 fingers, as each one gets a different color of fire, slams it into the back of your hand. You can feel a searing pain. You don't suffer any damage because it would be moot anyways. I'm not going to roll for it. But you can definitely tell it's burning your hand. And when she pulls it back, a multicolored insignia of a red ring with 5 chromatic colors emblazoned across it.
You know, I feel like I've made a mistake.
Why? It's just the flames of life,
Mm,
caressing the back of your hand.
yes. To my questions then.
Absolutely.
I really only had the one, but now I also have a second one that you must answer truthfully.
It's true. I will answer any question that you have,
Firstly,
much like
What
I did
is
for
this?
Zacharias. What?
I didn't know him, but he sounded like a monster.
What is what?
This stone, I pulled out the stone I got from the Unicorn Army. The multifaceted stone full of light.
Oh, you had that the whole time?
Can you remind me where that came from? Because for some reason I'm drawing a blank.
I had to
Unicorn
roll a
Army.
percentile, and I rolled 100, and you were confused as to what the result meant, so you gave me a stone
When
that was
he did
somehow
his
important.
speech.
Oh! Right. Yes, that was when you gave your speech to the crowd, and at the end of it ended up with that stone in the end of your palm, right? Like
Yes.
after your speech. That is it is an embodiment of faith. Your faith, to be exact. It houses any energy that you have garnered through the faith of your allies, faith of those that believe in, as you've dubbed, the Black. It is a conduit that, once full, will grant you unprecedented power. How full it needs to get is unknown, and I don't know, because I've never actually seen one. But with an unprecedented amount of power comes an unprecedented amount of risk. When you use it, in that way, when it is full, Ira will no longer be there. A deity, the Black, will take reign. You'll become a god amongst men, and you will forever be changed.
So in the end, I'm not the person I am now.
Well, no. Anyone that becomes a god loses all face, loses all value. They keep who they were. Well, they keep what they were, not who they were.
So the lies and the deceit to cover the true monster beneath will be there.
Yes. I guess that's something that you could say. And I will not count that as your question.
Excellent. I'm glad.
You don't have to use that question now if you don't want. But feel free.
No, I think
to
I
ask.
will.
Then what else can I help with?
How do I kill the others?
The others. As in...
My friends. Because once they realize what I am, they are going to try to stop me.
I think you hold too little credit to them.
Final boss.
Yeah,
Do you
no,
think they'd willingly
okay.
replace the Raven Queen with a monster who wishes only for everybody's death? Don't be so naive.
I think that you will change. I think that when you use that, you won't see the world in the same way. I mean, hell, no pun intended. Even the Raven Queen has seen differently from you. They helped you. And even in your recent time, you didn't try to garner faith through the demise of others.
It's not exactly the same when I'm the one that causes said demise.
It's not. But the old you would have. That's what you did.
The
with
old me
your
would have
family.
asked you to kill everybody else.
That's my point. Things are different. Whether you see them yet or not. And ultimately, if that's the case, you won't kill them. They will kill you.
You've given me lots to think about.
I'm glad. Thought is how ideas are made and lives are changed. In a single palm, you can see a dog screaming. You see a black flask, a bubbling black flask, just appear in her hand.
Guys, I'm missing a black flask.
All this started just because you followed the question from that one purple hag to give this to Ryder. That was it. That was all that you were tasked with. That was all that you were asked to do. And look at everything that's happened because of it. Fate is a very different thing. And death is the end of that faith. That fate. It's the final point that exists. As life is the start. The flames of birth is the starting point of all fate. Much of what's happened has already been decided. At least from my eyes. All of this is surely my opinion. And maybe things are different. Maybe things will change. But that's just how the cards fall. And in that bubbling black flask, she uncorks it, and a torrent of ravens just shoot out the top of it. I once told your friend, Rex, to follow the ravens. Everybody sees ravens as a sign of death, but I see them as a sign of fate. The direction that you were meant to go, and they help guide you to it.
They are all one and the same. All meant to be conjoined at the end.
Take this. In 2 fingers, she hands you a purple bottle, about this size, very small. The top of it has a wax coating to the cork. As you pull as hard as you can, it doesn't seem to budge. But in the liquid itself, you can see a swirling of energy. Something that controls the liquid even without your movement or input. In the worst of times, your patience and effectively yourself is tested. That will ensure that the proper test is taken. I won't tell you what that test is, obviously, because I love to see your reaction to things.
Why, that would ruin fate, wouldn't it, telling me?
But I must go. I do enjoy our talk, and know that what you might have seen as a gift from me, your energy's back. It's not from me. What you do with it is yours for the making. But know that time will tell what happens in the future. And in that moment, fizzles out like a soft tuft of flame. Everyone else, what are you guys doing?
We were frozen.
For a little bit.
Well,
Finding a nice medical ward to get some sleep in.
Oh, easily. You can go to the Order of the Gauntlets. Ryder can help you get in, and they will immediately tend to your wounds because you are fucked up.
I don't need to go use Ryder to get it. I just go, Vaughn, help.
Help!
And Vaughn probably just drags me in there.
Walking in like a zombie with a nuclear bomb in your hands. If you guys don't want to do anything, you can just rest. It's 100% fine.
I'm gonna go find Ira.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be able to go searching. Your best bet would be to look in the central area because, I mean, in your head, she's a cleric. She's gotta be going to go get some worship in. And the central area is where all the churches are, so you're gonna go over that way. Making your way over there, you do see Ira sitting idly there, mind blank, just sort of sitting at the pond that seems to be spewing black water.
I ran up to her and gave her a shake. Ira.
Oh. Hi, Rex.
Everything okay? Yeah, as I try to nudge her away from the fountain of the black liquid.
Everything's fine. Everything
Sure.
is fine.
Because you ran out the room pretty hastily.
Did I?
Gopher, would you have followed Rex, or would you be going off on your own?
Gopher might have gone to rest. No, I think Gopher would have probably gone to follow Felix.
Follow Felix. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if everything's fine, then I guess everything's fine.
I feel as if, for the first time, the fog has been pulled back. Just a little bit. I pick up Wildheart. Apologies for what I said. You and I need each other.
As you pick up Wildheart, you feel that connection with it once again wrapped around you. I heard that we were to kill a god, and that sounds interesting. What I want to do is return to this mortal world, but that can wait. One way or another,
As your whole
it's bound to
being, correct?
happen. As myself. I'm looking for something. Something that was mine.
And what is that?
Well, I'm not going to tell somebody. If I do, then they'll try to hide it from me. That's what the damn Titania did.
You and I are a team.
Let's be true to ourselves. We're not a team. I'm a tool for what you need, just as you are a tool for my need. The time will come, eventually. Especially now that you are in your state. You'll rely on me far more than you did before.
We shall see. Though I suspect you are right. But today, I believe, is a day of liberation. A freeing from the shackles. I need your help to kill a god. And today I think we start. And I swing it at the skull.
As you bring Wildheart down, Rex, you see that Ira's been talking with Wildheart, and you hear the voice from Wildheart as well, so you hear this whole conversation. As Ira grabs Wildheart two-handed, brings it up, and brings it straight down onto the skull, you see the skull shatter and crack into tons of pieces before completely crumpling to dust and then getting blown away as if it didn't exist.
Ira, so you...
We're done here. And I leave.
All right. Rex, what are you doing?
I'll just pick up a piece that Ira destroyed and said to myself quietly, what the hell just happened?
As you're picking up whatever little remains, you can feel it just crumple into dust in your hand and blow away. It might be early for this part, But I would like that to be the end of this last segment. We'll end up starting next session with you all rested. And Rex, I would presume you're going to be going to the Emerald Enclave for Zalusk's conversation?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, I've been waiting on that Raven Queen one for a while. I was not fully expecting to have Saoirse show up in this episode, but you know what? It was a good enough time as you guys were questioning how the hell you were going to get everyone from there back to El Toral.
That bitch changed.
Uh,
People again.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That Ifrit, she is quite a nuisance. Amazing, your reaction to her was, huh? What'd you say, Max?
You heard me.
I know I genuinely didn't. I was talking, so I did not hear you.
I mean Tiamat.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, we all know it. That was going to be my second question, but I'm like, no, I know the answer, but she would be more concerned about what the fuck she's going to do at the end.
So. I've been waiting for
Hurry up,
so
do your
long.
intro.
No, I want to talk about it. I'm enjoying
Fuck
it.
you.
Oh.
Hurry up, do your
Turn us all
outro.
on each other.
Do it. Just do it.
Take it.
Just do it.
All right, fine. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching, and we will see you again on another Misworld adventure. Take care now. Ciao, as Jordan says, but he's not here because he's got a broken arm.
Bye.
Bye.